Hey y'all. Okay, so I'm back looking 10 times better than I did the first time y'all saw me. And I wanted to come on today and do a little bit more of a chill, laid back type of video. So I looked online for some like get to know me type of tags, and I ran across one called the common black girl tag or funny black girl tag. Now that thing had 85 questions. Now I love to talk, but not enough to do 85 questions and answers. So I narrowed it down to 20 questions. I was filtering through them, and if you see me looking down, I wrote the questions down. So first of all, ain't this cute? I know. So if you see me looking down, I'm just looking down at the questions, and I don't want to make this too long because, like I said, I can talk. So hopefully I don't get too long-winded. Pray for me. So the first question is, what's your favorite edge control? My favorite edge control, I've gone through quite a few, especially since going natural. So my favorite two are the Got To Be edge control, and Taraji P. Henson came out with her hair care line back in January, and she has an edge control gel called Slick. Baby girl, when I tell you slick, it slicks down your hair and you ain't got to worry about nothing for the whole day. Listen, and it's formulated specifically for kinky, coily hair textures. Oh, you take some of that and a little bit goes a long way, and you just, okay, I'm trying to tell you. So check that out. If you have like coarser hair, check that out. It's at Target. It's really good. So the next question is, how do you feel about interracial couples? Honestly, I don't really feel a way. Meaning I don't judge people for being in interracial relationships and whatever the case is. I actually grew up, like when I was a baby, like the first few years of my life, my mom actually dated a white guy. So I saw firsthand, I experienced an interracial couple, firsthand. So I don't have an issue with it. The only issue I have is when you have like a black person dating outside of their race, whether it's a white person, Latino, who, whatever. I just don't like when they tear down their black race to uplift the other race that they're dating. Oh, this is why I don't date black women, all black women, blah, blah, blah. That's when it's an issue, because it's like, how do you disrespect your own race? Date whoever you want, because I don't care. But how do you just disrespect your entire race? Your mother, your grandmother, your auntie. How do you do that? How do you really feel comfortable doing that? It makes no sense. And for me, if I were the woman he was dating and I was a opposite race and I heard him say that, that would turn me completely off. That would make me so uncomfortable. Like, you're really that comfortable disrespecting your own race? Really? So that's the only issue I have with it. But other than that, I don't care. Love who you love, basically. So were you always confident in wearing your natural hair? So I've only been completely natural going on 3 years this coming May. But as far as like actually wearing my hair, I've only had 3 weaves in my life, and I was in college. And the only other type of style besides wigs that I've had in my life are braids. But I've always worn my hair out. Now it's never, well, it wasn't always in its natural state, like the way it actually grows out of my head. But I've always been confident wearing my actual hair. So yeah. Did you have support while transitioning? So the funny thing is, nobody knew I was going natural. I mean, people at school, because I would ask questions, they would tell me, the pros and cons of being natural. And they would tell me, oh, you would like it, you could try it, blah, blah, blah. So they all knew it was something that was kind of in the back of my head, but nobody knew when I was doing it. I didn't even know when I was doing it. I just knew I wanted to. So after I big chopped and did the big reveal, I got so much love, so much positive support and everything. So yeah, after, for sure, I did. So do they have your foundation shade at the store? Yeah. So I'm kind of in that in-between shade range. I'm not like in the light category. I'm not in the dark category. So I'm in like that middle shade range. And sometimes, for the most part, I can find my foundation shade. And I rock Fenty now, so she has everybody covered. But, for like other brands and stuff, for the most part, I can find my shade. Then sometimes, like when you're in that middle shade range, excuse me, it's like you're looking at this one shade and it's just a tad bit too light, And then the next shade, that oh, okay. The next shade over is just a tad bit too dark. So if they had an in-between shade, that would be your perfect shade. So sometimes I would have to mix a couple of them, but not too often. So yeah, for the most part, they have my foundation shade, and then maybe a handful of times I've had to mix shades. But again, I rock with Fenty because Rihanna was like, we ain't got time for mixing shades. So the next question is, what's my hobby? My hobby kind of coincides with my passion, which coincides into what I want to turn into my actual career. So this here, media content, content creating, writing, all of that. That's my hobby. Then I prayed on, I'm like, what is my passion? You know, I've always asked God, what's my passion? And you know, the way I am when I'm writing and reading and creating content and doing things like that, that for sure answered my question, what my passion is, and being able to hopefully turn that into a career. So yeah. Now, does shopping count as a hobby? I'm sure for most people, normal people, it is a hobby. For me, it's an addiction. So let me not even compare. But yeah, so my hobby is what I want to turn into my actual career. So let's see. Next, what can make you very angry? A lot of things can make me irritated. What makes me angry? Like very angry? I'm really big on communication. Not even just communication itself. I hate when the energy you put out and the effort you put out doesn't come back to you the same way. Whether that's in a relationship, a friendship, work, whatever the case is. I hate feeling like I'm the one putting in all the work or, you know, effort and stuff and it's not being returned. I hate that. Let's see. When do you feel your blackest? With your friends, family, or around white people? So my level of blackness, whatever, doesn't change no matter who I'm around. So I'm my blackest 24/7, really. But there are some things that I'm mindful for. So some things I can joke and clown about with my friends and family who are black probably wouldn't go the same way with white people, just because for one, they may not have had the same upbringing, they don't know the reference, or you know, it might make them uncomfortable. Not saying we joke about crazy, well, I'm not gonna lie, but you know, some things they just wouldn't understand. So I'm cautious and mindful of, you know, different jokes and topics that I can discuss around white people, just because, you know, they wouldn't get it. So, but that doesn't change how black I am around them. It's just I'm mindful with certain things. Do you have any tattoos? I am tattoo free. I have no tattoos. And in my mind, I had that mindset of, I really want tattoos. But then again, I'm like, well, if I haven't gotten any by now, then what's the point? I know, that's really weird, but that's how I feel. And I don't want to just get a tattoo just to say I have a tattoo. I know there's two for sure that I would really want. It's just, and one of those is a mom and like a matching tattoo with my mom. But she doesn't have any tattoos either. So she's like, I don't have any tattoos, so why do you need a tattoo? Mother, just stop. So I want us to have a matching tattoo. And there's a couple other ones that I've looked at, but I guess I should get a start on it because I ain't getting no younger. Let me stop. I'm only 24, but still. So what's my favorite piece of jewelry? If you couldn't tell, I love earrings. Earrings are my life, okay? I love earrings, whether it's a hoop, a dangling earring. I actually have my ears pierced, but I don't have any of them in right now. But I love my ear piercings, earrings, child, earrings. And no matter how dressed up I am, makeup, hair wrap, or hairstyle, if I don't have earrings on, I will feel completely naked. I will feel like a little boy, and we ain't got time. And my other favorite pieces are like arm candy, hand candy. So I love rings, bracelets, all that type of stuff. The only piece of jewelry that's not my favorite are necklaces, only because I don't like things just sitting on my neck. Is that weird? Like, even with these, I love these, but them just resting right here is like, ugh. I just don't like that feeling. I only have like 3 necklaces, and that's because they were gifts or they hold some type of value to me, sentimental value. But other than that, I'm not a necklace person. Like, I'm not going to go into the store looking for a necklace. Like, I'll look for earrings, bracelets, rings, all that type of stuff. Let's see. Would you or have you ever dated a white guy? Never dated a white guy, but I'm not opposed to it. Again, I watched my mom date a white guy. And listen, I'm trying to tell you, these white men, they is fine, okay? They are fine. I have developed some crushes on quite a few of them. Whether that was in college or at work, just, you know, seeing different people, or just being out and about, make you do a double take like, okay, Josh. Okay, Jake. Okay, Adam. But no. So I've never dated one, but I'm not opposed to it, is the answer to that. Let's see. Do you always try to look fresh? Now, when I first saw this question, I was like, fresh as in I just got out the shower, because yes, I would want to look clean, you know, but fresh as in looking my best, yes. And I get this from my grandmother. She is the same way, and she's drilled this in my head ever since I was a little girl. Now, it's not about, you know, putting on a full face of makeup, heels, and things like that, but no matter where you go, you just want to put some effort into your appearance. You know, you want to look coordinated. You want to look nice, okay? You want to look put together, okay? You ain't got to be all extra with it, but just a little effort, okay? Because you never know who you may run into. You just never know if you have to go somewhere. You just never know, whether it's just like a simple pair of jeans, maybe with a cute top and some cute shoes, whatever, you know? Again, you ain't got to have on a full suit and heels and a big bag. It's not about that. It's just putting some effort into your appearance, because there have been so many times where I thought I was looking cute or I just didn't put any effort in, and my grandma would see me and she's like, well, where are you going looking hooked up? Now, usually hooked up has a positive meaning behind it. Oh, y'all hooked up? Okay. You got the hookup? Okay. Oh, I hooked you up? Okay. No. If my grandmother says you look hooked up, that means you need to go back home and try again. So, some people may say that's doing too much or whatever, but me, I'm a girly girl. I love getting dressed up anyway. But for sure, like, you never know who you may run into, and then it's just one of those things. And this saying is so true: when you look good, you feel good. Because there have been times where I've gone out and I didn't look my best. Like, I just, you know, just didn't look my best. And when you just don't look good, you just, you know, you start pulling and tugging at stuff, and you feel like everybody's staring at you, and you know what I'm saying? Like, at least for me. So when I look good, that boosts my confidence. You know, I walk a certain way. Hey, okay. And it's not cockiness, it's just being secure with yourself. So that's just me. Let's see. What's the meaning behind my YouTube name? So at first, my YouTube name was going to be Shantae Loves Ya, because, you know, I love ya, and I still do. But I changed it to Shantae's Thoughts just because, I don't know. I should know. But Shantae's Thoughts, like, any video I put on YouTube, you know, no matter what topic it is, that's what I'm thinking, okay? I want y'all to really get to know me. So my thoughts, you know, how I feel about certain things, all that good stuff. Whoa, okay. So that's why I changed it. So I still love you. I do. If you thought I didn't, I do. But I just want y'all to know. I just really want y'all to get to know me. Like, if you don't already know me, I really want you to get to know me. Okay, let's see. When did you do the big chop, and were you always natural? I wasn't always natural, and I did the big chop May 10th, 2017. So this May will be 3 years. And I did it myself. I looked up a whole bunch of videos and Googled on how to do it and things like that. And like I said, I knew I wanted to go natural. I just didn't know when I was gonna go natural. So May 10th, 2017, this was literally the day after move out day. So the end of the spring semester, end of my junior year, going into summer break. I was chilling on the couch, watching TV, and it just clicked in my head, like, I feel like cutting my hair off. So I went upstairs, got in the shower, washed my hair and everything, got the scissors, well, got out, got in the mirror, got the scissors, and just began to cut all of my hair off. Like, all of it off. Like, all of it off. And I'm so glad I did that. It just felt so good. And I didn't have any regrets at all. Because for one, my hair needed a reset. It needed to start anew for sure. And it felt so good. And I've always, not always, but I've rocked short hair before. Like when I was permed, relaxed, whatever, I would get my hair cut short, but it would grow back so fast. So, you know, but this was my first time rocking my short, natural hair. And I loved it. But then again, my hair grew back really, really fast. And I'm like, well, so I didn't get to experience, well, I rocked my TWA, let's see. For how long? I cut it in May. 2018. By 2018, my hair was in a puff. So, I rocked my TWA for a good little minute, but it didn't take long for it to really grow, for sure. Okay, next question is my favorite thing about being black. Everything. I know that's a cliche and very broad answer, but everything. Like, we're trendsetters, we're creative, we're fashionable, we have this rhythm to us. Not just with dance, but we just have this rhythm, this groove, and it's hard to explain. Well, you know, like, it's just one of those things. It's just one of those experiences, or whatever the case is. It's like, you have to be us to understand. Like, you have to understand how lit it is being black, okay? And there are so many people who try. Bless their hearts. They try, but they will never understand. And it's just funny because it just seems like all black people grew up the same way. So we have these, even though we've never met, you know, we just have this instant connection. We have things in common. You know, I love us. I love being black. Music, the style, everything about being black, everything. Let's see. So, have you ever been told you talk white? Yes. Ever since I was younger, I've been told, no, you talk about a white person, you sound white. And my question is always, how do you sound like a color? I just want to know, how do you sound like a color, guys? How do you sound like a color? How do I sound like a color? Like, I want to know. And then, as I got older, when people would say that, my other question would be, so because I talk properly and I have a extensive vocabulary, I sound like a white person. So you're saying black people don't have an extensive vocabulary, or they're not educated. Only white people are educated. Okay. All right. And then you walk off and they're stuck like Chuck looking crazy because they didn't think of it that way. So I hate when people say that. It's like, how do you sound a color and you're saying only one specific race talks a certain way? Like, it's ridiculous, to be quite honest. So the next question, do people ever say you act ghetto? No. They say I act ratchet sometimes, but never ghetto. And it's funny because some weeks ago, before this whole quarantine lockdown thing happened, I asked a couple of my coworkers, and I was like, do I sound ghetto, or do I act ghetto to y'all? And even me just asking it was like, girl, sit down somewhere. So no, I've never been told I act ghetto. Let's see, how often do I get an attitude? How often people make me mad? No, I'm kidding. How often do I get an attitude? I be chill, low key. Do I get an attitude? I feel like this is a question for other people to answer about me, because I don't just go out what am I trying to say? I don't just go on throughout the day, and if I have a moment, okay, that was an attitude, tally mark. Like, I don't know. How often do I get an attitude? Whenever someone just really makes me upset, or I feel a certain type of way. But again, I feel like this is a question someone else would have to answer who's around me a lot. Like, how often do I get an attitude? Because I don't know. I don't keep count of it. Let's see. So there's 2 questions left, so let's go. Has your weave ever fallen out? So, my weave hasn't per se fallen out. I've only had 3 sew-ins in my life, and that was in college, and they all stayed in, thank God. But my freshman year of high school, so I had this weave ponytail. You know the ponytail, yeah. I had one of those, and I had it because I did cheer and dance and stuff, so we had this competition, and we had went out on the practice mat, did what we had to do, everything was good, okay, boom, boom. Then we went to the back, the other team went on, and so we're in the back talking amongst ourselves, waiting for the actual competition to start, and I didn't notice anything, okay? So I'm just stretching and warming up, practicing some things, talking to some of my teammates, and one of my teammates comes up to me, taps me on the shoulder, and she said, Des. And I'm just swinging them, like I'm feeling myself, okay? I'm like, yes, what's up, girl? She's like, you have a bit of a situation. I was like, what's the situation here? What's going on? And mind you, the hair is just swinging, but as it's swinging, it's getting lower and lower. But for some reason, I'm not feeling anything. And she's like, your hair, it's shifting. Shifting? What you mean shift? Oh, okay, shit. Oh, all right. So now it's funny because the black girls, they knew what was going on, so they came and they helped me with it and things like that. The white girls, they looked at me like I was growing another forehead or something. They looked at me like, is she melting? Like, is her hair like? They didn't know what was going on. So I'm just thankful that it happened. One, I'm glad it didn't happen. We were out on the practice mat. I'm glad it happened when it was just amongst us in the back. And I'm glad it didn't happen during the actual competition because, I don't know how I would have recovered from that. Okay, everybody else got their pom-poms on the ground. I have a ponytail. I'm not sure how I would have explained it. But, so I've had a kind of a situation, but nothing too crazy. It didn't fall completely out. It was just kind of sliding. And if I would have swung it one more time, because I was feeling myself, oh, that would have slapped somebody all across the room because it would have flew off. So, And I was nervous the whole competition. Like, Lord, please don't let this thing, please don't let this ponytail hit nobody in the face. So, okay, so I'm down to the last question. And it is, who is your favorite black couple? Oh my gosh, so many. Barack and Michelle Obama. Icons, legends, I love them, love them. And fun fact, me and Michelle Obama got the same birthday. So that's why I love her so much. No, for real. Who else? Oh my gosh, Will and Jada, B and J, Ryan, Destiny, and Keith Powers. I love them. Who else? Tamia and Grant Hill. Oh, love them. All the iconic black couples. Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade. I feel like I'm missing so many people. I'm missing so many people right now. Oh my gosh. All of them. All of them. Love them to death. Love all of them. But, I mean, I could have squeezed in a few more questions, but I'll do some more later. Okay, so that was weird. So my table center spins. So as I was trying to move my notebook over, I knocked over my little setup here, or bumped into my setup. So if you see me moving, that's just my table. Don't get seasick, child. Don't get seasick. It's okay. But I hope y'all enjoyed that video, got to know a little bit more about me, and I can't wait to see y'all. Well, I can't wait for y'all to see me. What am I trying to say? I guess I'm just trying to say bye, but I will see y'all. No, y'all will see me. As y'all can see, I'm new to this. I'll see y'all on the next video. Bye.